Hello and welcome, my name is Arkady Naiditsch, I'm a chess grandmaster and today we are just going to play some blitz on Lichess. Let's see how it goes because today is a free day at the candidates, so the most exciting and important tournament probably of the year is taking a day off. So we have some time to enjoy some blitz games on Lichess. Let's start with a 3+0. Let's see who is going to be our opponent in the first game. Let me just check if we are actually live. It seems like we are. So first opponent, we have 2-5-87 is the strength of our opponent. D4, so I try to be strong in the center. Usually it's a good idea to be very safe in the center. Knight f6. Okay, let's go with the move h3, just continue being safe. Knight c6, short castle, all is pretty normal. A6, let's get the bishop out to e3. b5, rook c1, all is pretty normal, maybe d5. So we have the nice pawn on d5. Knight goes here eventually, which I'm not so sure of, but b4 might be a threat, so I think I can play the move b4. This is looking pretty nice and get my knight to d4, a strong knight. Should we go like a4 or maybe queen d2? So change of bishops is usually not a bad idea. So let's put the bishop to h6, rook e1. So very solid position for white. And now we have to see, can we attack the pawn c4? Eventually a3, just that b4 pawn is protected. What can we do here? So a3 is very useful, but then we need to think. E6. Okay, probably I should take it. And let's play move like a3 just to defend the pawn on b4. There is not much going on in the center. So all is pretty normal, all is pretty safe. This is good to be safe, especially in a blitz game. d5, so we can go e5 just to close everything to take as well. Looks not too bad, but maybe let's go the e5 because it feels good to close the bishop on h8. Not so many moves for the bishop. Knight to d7 and f4 just to be safe, so bishop can escape to g5. For the moment I believe I should be doing better. Okay, bishop g5, where the queen is gonna go. h5, very risky play by our opponent. Maybe just to play king g2 because g4 looks like a good idea next. Knight takes e5. Okay, let's take back. Just a piece up. Wow, this should be very good for white. Let's change. So just a full piece up, e5. Can we trap the queen maybe by playing knight to f3? Because still g4 is looking like a deadly threat. There is as well knight to d5. I believe we can play the move g4. At least I don't see why we cannot. That queen is actually trapped. It's a very rare case where it's possible to trap the queen. Usually queen is so good, there is no way to trap it. We managed to win the first game. Okay, this was quite a nice win. Let's continue. The next game. Next game is 2-7-71. The opponent, d4, knight f6. Let's play the king's Indian in case we can. Yes, we can. So very solid line. Knight a6. One of my favorite lines of the king's Indian. And let's go knight at c5, so we want to take on e4, and maybe just a simple, actually can we take on e4? Does it work to play here? Knight takes e4, I don't think so, so a5 just to prevent the b4 push. Knight f3, all is pretty standard. Let's go with the move knight h5 maybe. So preparation, he just took it. That's a bit surprising choice by white. So what should we do next? We have to think a little bit. Maybe just a straight f5 is not a bad idea, but I'm not so 100% sure, but maybe why not? I mean, f5 usually, in case it works, it's not a bad choice. And we have to be a little bit careful with this move knight to g5. So we have to take care of that, because in case white knight gets there, quite unpleasant. So maybe to play something like h6. These are usually moves which I don't like to play so much in case I don't have to. But otherwise, how to get the knight to f6, because there is always this knight to g5 coming. So a little bit, we have to be a little bit careful here. I don't know if it works because there's knight h4, but it looks not bad. I'm not so scared of knight h4. Of course, knight h4 can be played, and yes, it's actually what is played, but can we just take on e4? So probably the knight was gonna take on e4 back, because otherwise we have this knight f2 coming next. So probably the black knight has to be taken, but then the question is why actually white did play the move knight h4. So it makes no big sense. Let's see what our opponent is going to play next. I believe position of black should be very good here. Knight g6, interesting, but why not to take just the pawn on f2? So I don't see why not, so let's take it. And maybe let's just take the knight back, so we still have this fork here on the two rooks of white. It looks like I just won a pawn, so this must be a very good position for black. It's always great to win something. Knight e3 is coming next, so it's still not that simple, but it should be quite a nice position by the feeling. So let's see what we can do. Probably like rook a6, rook f6 is looking great to bring an extra piece to the game. Never wrong. Actually, useful move a5. Rook is getting to f6. Black's position is looking great. Yeah, it should be just winning. By the feeling, it should be a winning position. We are playing a blitz game, of course. Anything can happen, but objectively speaking, I believe the position of black should be very close to winning. So a3, b6, just to be safe. He also tries to be safe, but it does not help white to be safe. It's not enough, because there is already material advantage for black. So I think, can we take it and then to play e3? Yeah, it looks pretty decent, but there is no reason to take it. So let's play the move e3 first. In case white takes, we're gonna take it back. And eventually f4 is coming next, so we have this double pawns. Should I take it with a bishop? Yeah, why not? So let's take it with a bishop. e3 is under attack. We have to be a little careful here, so let's go queen e7, queen e7 was a bad move. Yeah, this was bad, because now I cannot defend the pawn. Horrible play. Why I did it? Okay, still, why black is doing very well here, but of course this was stupid. This was stupid. I should not have done it. Check. Okay, so probably white is going to change the queens. Yes, indeed. Now the h3 pawn is under attack. Still, the position of black should be very, very good here. But I have no time. Oh, I didn't pay attention to the time at all. This was stupid. I should have played way faster. Now it's gonna be again this gamble with the pawns. Pawns are running, etc. So yeah, this was bad. I should not have done it. No, there is no way. I also blundered rook c6. Yeah, this was very poor play. Very, very poor play by me, because obviously we had a completely winning position. Yeah, it was just completely winning, and now yeah, I just lose on time. So this is not a good player, but just banging the moves. He is very, very fast, but playing very poor chess. So probably not a very good player. So to play like that is a bit disappointing, but yeah, quite fast. Okay, let's go with the next game. It does not start. Let's see if our opponent is going to move somewhere. So, no. Let's try somebody else. So I see the chat. You believe he's cheating? I don't think so. Or I just don't care. We are here to have some fun, just to play some games. If somebody wants to cheat, it's alright. Not a big deal for me. Just the last game, he had quite a good rating of this 2770, but playing very poor chess. So this is usually what is not happening. In case you have this kind of rating, you should be already probably decent player. But the guy that we faced previous game, this guy is, I don't know, according to me, maybe 2000 rating, maybe a little bit lower, because he made so big positional mistakes, etc. Usually the good guys are not doing that. Of course, very fast, but yeah. Okay, next game. It doesn't matter. I want to mention once again, we play here to have some fun, to enjoy the games. So we are not aiming for any kind of result. Otherwise, it makes no sense to stream. We have an endgame. This endgame is very close to equal, but maybe I can be a little bit better because of the pawn on d6. So we have this pawn on d6, knight goes to g6. We have to choose what to take. Let's take the knight, and maybe let's just double on the d file. So there is a pressure against the pawn on d6. We hope to get a little better, and right now already not so simple to defend the pawn on d6, because how to do that? How can black defend the pawn on d6? Not an easy task. Let's see. Let's see if there is a way to defend the pawn. Rook to d7, yes, the most safe continuation. And we have here to think maybe to play the move b3. Slow play, knight e2 coming. Maybe eventually first to go like king f2 to get slightly advanced position, g3, king e3, in case it's possible. So d5, finally our opponent is getting impatient, and of course immediately we get the knight to d4. Great position for the knight on d4. The knight on d4 is going to dominate over the bishop e6, so should be slightly better for white. As well, h4 is pretty good, so maybe with black g5 is an option. So for the moment, no g5, so let's go g3, because it's a useful move. And next we have to think what to do next. So maybe like rook to e1 is also as well useful move, to have the rook on a free file. As you can see, the knight on d4 is so powerful. Black just keeps on waiting, so black is doing nothing. And now we have to think, so how to advance here. Maybe let's start with the move g4 and king to g3. So it's interesting to see rook to c3. Okay, no problem. So we're gonna change the rook on c3. White is doing a little better, so all is good. King f4, not giving many chances to black to move actually. So let's go rook to d3 to avoid this rook to c3 move. Slight advantage for white, so we are pushing a little bit, not much, but it's a slow push. Maybe king to g5 somewhere, knight takes e6 might be a threat. As you can see, we are advancing, yes, slowly, but we are advancing, so that's the point. And can we take it? Yes, it looks like we can. It's not really necessarily, but we can. But maybe just let's put a5, b4, c3, so we have this kind of domination on the dark squares. He wants to go f6 next, but it is not solving the problems of black. Now maybe we should take it actually. Takes, and to play f4. Look at this rook on h6. So this is looking bad. Rook goes bad back. We have no rush. c3, no tricks. And in a good moment, we are going to take on g6. Still, we have a little bit time for that. Let's go b4. So because we just have time, there is no rush. And I believe that now we can take it. Yeah, it looks very good to take it. Just rook g3, defending g4, c3 is defended, king to g7 coming next. Should it be enough to win the game? In classical game for sure. In a blitz game, let's see if I will manage to win it. So g5, next move g6, so the g pawn is a queen. There is no way for black to stop white from queening, obviously. We have even several ways to queen here. Maybe most simple is just rook h3, king h7, g7, because I don't see a defense for black. And yes, let's go for it. So king h7, g7 is the deadly threat. In case of king f6, we have the move rook to f3. Position is looking very promising. e5, okay, let's go g7, king d6. Let's give this little check on h6 just to cut the black king. So black king cannot be moved. Now we have time to queen, and full rook up should be enough to win the game. So just bring the king, just bring the king, and that's it. We bring the king. Now obviously we're gonna stop the pawn by playing here, and let's take the pawn, not give anything back, and yes. Okay, to mate with the rook, I should be able to do that. Yes. Rook a6, and the game is won. All right, quite a nice game, I think. Positional game. We had a better knight, and opponent had the worst bishop. So yes, we made use out of that. Next game, 2-7-17. Once again, not a titled player, so probably the guy is very fast or something similar. Let's see. So we have Sicilian Naiditsch with the move bishop g5. Let's play a very aggressive Naiditsch line with the move f4, and maybe with knight to b3, not to give up the pawn on b2. All is normal for the current moment. And let's play the queen f3 system. We are going for the long castle next. Let's see. Queen c7, maybe b5 is coming next, but still, let's do the long castle. Now actually moves like e5, very interesting. Not sure it is working yet, so b4 is a threat. Let's go a3 to defend from this idea, and just to develop bishop to d3, followed by rook to e1. So as you can see, I'm bringing all the pieces in the attack. Queen h3, nice, because e5 is a threat. Maybe not immediate threat, but let's see if we can make it work somehow to get the move e5. In case not, we have knight to d4, and then f5 idea as well, g4 idea is possible. So we have multiple ways to make trouble to the black pieces. On the other hand, what to do for black? For black, it should be, oh, h6. h6 is a dangerous response by my opponent, because all the sacrifices actually are looking so dangerous. So let's play bishop takes h6. I'm not sure it is the best, but it is so funny to sacrifice here. Next is rook e3, followed by rook to g3 as well. The move e5 is coming next. Not 100% sure that I did the best try, but we have still the rook on f8, so there is no bishop f8 defense with, and bishop f8 defense is one of the main defense for black. In case black plays rook fc8, I think I should be in time to play this move rook to e3. So rook e3, rook to g3, very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Let's see if this is gonna work out. Another advantage of white, we have the safe king on c1. Usually king b1 is a normal approach for white. Now I sort of saved a bit of time by not playing king to b1. Okay, so now we have the move e5 or a rook to e3. But what is the defense of black? I don't see a defense. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's think what I could be missing. I don't see it. So let's go rook e3, because this is a mate. Rook to g3 is a mate. Now we can get even the second rook on the third. Wow. Pair of rooks attacking the black king. This is looking very, very bad for black, because rook to g3, I think, is it a mate? Or how to defend now from a mate? There is only f5, but now we give a check on g6, and then we're gonna mate with the move rook h3. Yes, indeed. We have a successful mating attack. Quite nice. Quite a nice game. Okay, let me briefly read the chat. By the way, I will take my glasses because getting older. So to play a chess game, it's still enough. I have a big monitor, but to read the text, it's better with my glasses. Actually, I have my glasses only since a couple of months. I think I got my glasses 5 months ago. Before, never wear glasses, but then I felt to read the text, it's better with the glasses. Yes, thank you very much for the nice comment in the chat. What is VChess? Official VChess is going to be the upcoming application, and we're gonna launch it very soon. It's gonna be within a month, and together with the application we are launching quite an interesting website as well, so you'll have a lot of chess material for strong, for the weak. It's gonna be a big concept. Just a bit of patience. It's gonna be within a month. That's why we call the channel VChess, because we're gonna stream here, and as well different people are gonna stream, so it's not gonna be only Georgi and me for the beginning. We do it later on. There are gonna be more people streaming. We will build something nice around chess education, around having fun with a game we love. It's not gonna be very professional oriented, so again, it's gonna be just a fun thing. This is what VChess is going to be. Very soon we will go live, just I think approximately a month. Let's play a next game. So let's see who is going to be next opponent. Next opponent, FIDE Master with 2-6-90. d4, knight f6. Let's go with the move e6. So very solid. Now we can choose between Queen's Gambit and Nimzo. Let's see, knight f3, so let's go with the move d5. So many games are with the move d5 currently during the World Cup. So bishop f4, bishop b4, pretty normal everything. The next move could be somewhere the move c5 or just to castle. So here, I guess we can just make a short castle. The move c5 looks pretty logical. White takes, so let's take back, I guess. Maybe we will get a chance to play knight to e4. Let's see. Bishop e5, so the bishop gets to d4 square. How useful is it? So let's go knight e4, so we have this pin. Now probably we have to take on c3, and here we need to think, because it is a very safe position for white. Maybe we can sacrifice a pawn like that. Not sure it is a good idea, but it is a very funny idea. So maybe let's try bishop d7, because we have this bishop a4 coming next. We give up the pawn on d5, but it might be enough compensation for black. It's not the best move, bishop d7 for sure, but it's a very funny approach. And yes, we are just having fun. Would I play it in a classical game? I don't think so, because as well there should be something better than that for black. But to sacrifice is nice. Online we are enjoying. So let's go for it. Still, bishop is on f1, out of the game, rook h1 out of the game, and you can see that the black pieces are pretty nicely placed. So probably white is gonna change the queens, because queen d4, wow, this is surprising. A little bit surprising to play queen to d4. Should we take it, or should I go with f6? But then I have this bishop c4 check, so I can also take the bishop on c3, which looks pretty normal in my opinion, so let's take it. Now the knight on c5 is hanging, but I'm not so sure if white can take it that easily. Do I have enough compensation with the black pieces for the pawn down? Let's see. It might be better for white, but maybe it is not. Let's see. So rook to c8 probably should be played, because white cannot take on c5. Currently we have this rook c5 in case queen takes. We have the mate on d1 and rook c5. Queen takes a4. We have this check on c1 later. So rook c1, rook c8 seems to work. Bishop e2, yes, normal. And let's go with the move, maybe queen b6. Or should I try some tricky stuff? But I think it is not working. So let's go with the move queen to b6. Can I play it? Because he's gonna take, but not so easy. So queen to b6. Let's see. Let's see what happens next. In case white does nothing, what should be my next continuation? Maybe there is an option of castling. Can I take it? Rook c5, I take, and then he is gonna take. No, it is not working. That's pity. So we have to adjust. A rook to d8, queen h4. Wow, that's far away. This is very far away. So what happens if I take? Can I take the pawn? Because he's gonna take, and I'm gonna take, and take, bishop a4 hanging. No, I cannot. That's pity. I cannot take the pawn. This is bad. What should we do here? Some trouble for black. Let's see what can be done. It looks like a bad position. Yeah, this was not so good. Okay, maybe something like bishop b5, but my position is bad. Yeah, I have missed this nice move, queen h4. Opponent, by the way, is playing very good game, like very good game. So for the moment, yeah, bad position for black, obviously. He managed to keep this pawn up. Knight on d4, very good knight. Okay, we have to go back. There is nothing else that I can do. So my only hope is to fight here for a draw, which is gonna be difficult because the position is bad. Maybe knight a4 is possible, or maybe I should just change. No, but I guess I should go knight a4 because I don't see something else. So let's change. If we are lucky, we're getting the pawn on b2. So let's see if we are lucky to get it. And eventually, if I get a pawn, it's a fight. So black will be back. Yes, we get the pawn. So I think black is back. Queen b5. Let's get the knight and let's take the pawn. I mean, why not to take the pawn in case we can? So again, let's go back, and now we start moving. We start advancing the pawns. We have to be very careful here not to get mated. Yeah, this was bad. I should have done something with the knight. What to play? I'm not good when it comes to just seconds. I'm so slow, but maybe I can be lucky. Let's see if I can. So queen f5, a3, we have this very beautiful pawn just walking, and yes, now queen b2 should be winning, but first h6. Okay, let's get rid of this nasty knight. Just seconds on the clock. Oh, this was bad. This was not a good play. So most probably I'm gonna lose on time. Yeah, I was so slow, but completely winning. I should be faster, but I'm so slow with the mouse. This was pity. So next game, let's go. I have to play faster. Yeah. To comment and to play, not so easy. So I have to be faster in the early stage because I'm so slow with the mouse. So to play this 3 minutes, not easy. Yeah? Because when you're slow, they try to flag you. We had in between a very easily winning position, but there was nothing I could do. I was just crushed. So c5, sort of French structure. Knight h6, knight f5 is looking nice. Let's see what happens next. So we can take it, or we can play the normal French approach. So a6, b5, very normal. g4, very dangerous. So we are not facing right now a very strong opponent because the move g4 is horrible. This is a very bad move because it's counterproductive. Queen d4, he also lets me to play bishop c5. Why to do that with white? This is not looking good for white, but we can play first the move b4. Obviously, in case you put something to d4, it should be eventually, I don't know, knight, bishop, but never put a queen to d4. This is just not making sense. So let's go bishop c5. Only move queen d2 because there is nothing else. Queen b6. So we take with a knight on c5, and then we want to play b4. It's a dream for every French player. So in case you play the French defense, I think you should be extremely happy. Is there a sacrifice on d5? I don't think it is, so we can go the move b4. Knight to e2 probably is going to be played because I don't think there is something better. Yes, indeed. And let's go a5, a4. So we have quite a decent counterplay. The idea of white is usually to get the move f5 done. But currently not that dangerous, so we did not castle yet. We can choose what to play after move f5. Position is very dynamic. It can be played for both sides, obviously. I am trying to push this a4, b3 next. And c4. What is that? Wow. What is the move c4? Because it's against the main rule of chess, never play where you are weaker. So it's quite a good lesson, actually, for you guys that never do such moves like c4. This is very, very bad to play that. And I believe we can go bishop b7, but actually, why not just to take it? I think maybe black is just doing better because white helped us so much with the move c4. So don't play where you're weaker. It would be same as I would go like now h5 or something similar. So it makes just no sense. And actually, my opponent has blundered this knight to d3 check. Knight cannot be taken because we're gonna mate on b2. So after knight f2, position of black should be just winning. So I think there are many ways, but why not just to take. We're gonna take the bishop on g2 and let's take the pawn on g4. So 2 pawns up for black. Position is completely winning, and actually we won the game because the opponent played this very poor play c4. So never do something like c4. Don't play where you're weaker, always play where you are stronger. So this is a rule that actually in most of the cases should be correct. Okay, knight on b5, active knight, but for the moment not very dangerous because the knight has not that many squares to go, maybe to go to d6, but still there is no threat. So rook to c7, let's play simple moves like rook to c8, let's change. Black is at 2 pawns up, so it should be enough. It should be enough to win the game. In case you have just 2 extra pawns as well, there is check, check. We're gonna take the h2 pawn, or we can try to get the pawn on e5. Yes, why not? So let's attack the pawn and let's take it. Just I have to be careful again with the time because everyone tries to flag me. So king c e8 just to go away from the pin, just to be sure that I can escape with the bishop to b5. He takes, I go d4 I think, and that's it. No, because the pawn is gonna queen. I have 35 seconds. Yes, I have to play much faster. All of these people try to flag me. d2, alright, but I think to play this kind of positions making no big sense. I don't know why people enjoy playing these positions. It's not so nice to try to win on time when you're completely lost, but alright, yeah, this is like internet chess. I understood it, that's the way it goes. So slowly we advance. There are 0 chances for white to do anything, so we're gonna take the pawn next. And yes, white resigns, but completely hopeless. Yeah, piece up. Bishop is also so good on e4. Just keep the pieces in the center and you should be able to win the game. So let's play next game. Maybe we're gonna face some title opponent, or maybe my rating is just too low at the current moment to face some title opponent. Let's see. So e4, no, not a title player. So e4, this is called the Alekhine opening. Quite interesting opening for black, but objectively speaking, this is not the best opening ever. Knight f6, usually we see the move knight to b6 played, knight to f6. Not sure, because to me it makes no so big sense to get knight back. Like, what's the idea of that? Bishop e3, simple development, queen d2 coming next. We might try to get the bishop to h6, or just to play maybe move like d5, or first the move h3 to be safe on d5. All right, I don't know if I should play c5. Okay, let's go c5. Just e5 might be possible, so I played maybe not the best with white. Yeah, the move h3 was not the best. I should have pushed the move d5 myself. So now we have to be a little careful here. Position is still quite uncertain, just I have to be careful with the tricks. No tricks, or there are some tricks. So my opponent finds no tricks, does the simplest moves like rook c8, rook to b8. Now again, white might try to get slight advantage. I think we can take it, because in case pawn takes, we have this knight e5 coming next. This is looking nice. And we have bishop f4 somewhere. So d4 pawn, is it under attack? Yes, it is. So we have to be a little careful here. This is the problem. So maybe like the rook to d1 just to defend the pawn on d4, because I think there should be something better than that. Just little time and then they're gonna flag me once again. So I try now to play faster. Should we put knight to e5? It looks correct to put the knight on e5, so let's play. Bishop on e4 might get trapped somewhere, so let's see if we can trap eventually the bishop on e4. It's difficult to trap the bishop, but maybe we are lucky enough to do that. So we can play, I don't know actually if rook c1 also looks very good, because is it possible to take bishop, take? No, I think we can play the move rook c1, because there is no queen e5, bishop f4, and then I've been calculating if there is queen to b2, but I don't think there is. So if there is not, I think black is doing better. White is doing better. We are doing better. Let's see. The idea of white is simple. We will try to play the move he takes. Yeah, this is what I've been thinking about, but I don't see how to make it work with black, because I think it is, he just gives me the exchange. Like, wow, that's surprising. This is very, very surprising. I think I have as well, like bishop g4 into... no. I'm gonna take it, and then we have the move f3, followed by g4. So finally we catch the bishop, actually. That's funny. I thought we might be able to catch it. No, we are not. Queen b6. I missed it. I missed the move queen to b6. So no, we are not catching the bishop. That's pity. Okay, still the game goes on. We have an extra exchange up, but there is bishop pair, which is quite dangerous. a4. Okay, we're gonna take it. Not sure if actually a4 was a good decision by my opponent, because there is a5 coming next. So let's go first. He wants to go here. He wants to play queen a3. So how to avoid that? Maybe rook to b1, just not to give this nasty chances with a move. Okay, rook d8 is not so dangerous, so the a pawn is walking. Now I'm pretty sure that this position is much better for white, so let's play safe play. Rook takes f3, but no time again. I have to be way faster than I am now, otherwise we are going to lose on time. So yes, we can take it. Check. Rook f3. Position of white is winning. This is a winning position, just yes, the only problem is the time. Queen h6 is a deadly threat. How to defend from this threat actually for black? Difficult to find defense for black. So I think position of white is winning. Problem, the usual problem, too much talk from my side. So very little time on the clock, just 29 seconds. We have this double threat f6 and to take on g6. He defends from it, but this is like completely winning position. Just how to win that? Let's play rook to b3, because I saw nothing better. Here, now we have to get the queen to the 8th rank. How to do that? I don't see how to do that. Queen e4. So slow, so bad. Take. He plays that, okay. Rook b8 is a deadly threat. No, it's not. So we are going to lose this game, because I just will lose on time. Yeah, this was horrible. Completely winning. again completely winning, and yes, we are just losing on time, so we can resign. Pity. Completely winning position once again, and yes, too little time. What to do? This is the online blitz, so let's play the next game, and then I'm gonna answer your questions in the chat, because to play, to talk, to answer simultaneously, too many things for me. It's just too many. We have the Sicilian with the move bishop b5. We play again non-titled opponent, 2-6 and 86. So probably once again a button pusher, how I like to call them. So very fast, not very good, but it's online chess. So we have for the moment a pretty normal position, not much is going on. Let's give a check, because let's see if we have bishop d2. Yes, we have the move bishop d2 been played, and we can choose with black to play this d6 e5, which looks pretty normal, or to hope for the move d5 instantly. Both is okay. Maybe we can castle, little trick, because I don't think that white can take it. On d4, let's see, bishop d3, very safe. Let's go anyways with the move d5. Of course, it's not the only way to play with black. We have e5, or to take both is looking normal. What should I do? Okay, let's take it maybe, and to go this knight g4 next. Let's see if we can do that. Not 100% sure, but it's a funny way to play the position. Queen f4 is a good move. It's a very good move by white. I have missed this move. This is a problem. I didn't see the move queen f4, so no problems. d5 is falling. This is a big problem. Okay, what to do? Let's defend. Let's defend. Rook e1. Let's go with the move a5, just to annoy a little bit. Okay, now how to defend such a position? Rook a6. Rook to b6 should be not a bad square to go. Rook to b6, it's all right. Let's go rook to b4. I don't know if I should do that. Maybe first bishop d7, pawn down. Very bad position currently. Still some drawing chances, because the bishop on b3 is pretty bad. Next we get king f8, so it's a bad position, but we can still fight on. It's not like it's complete game over, so fighting. And for those of you who've been watching the World Cup, we saw yesterday Iragasi making a draw with exchange down against VE. So if VE makes a draw, we can also try to fight for a draw. Position is nasty. It's a bad position for black. Currently our opponent is playing a very good game. No idea who it is, but for example, the current opponent is much stronger than the opponent of the last game. He plays well and also extremely fast. So usually to play fast is not a very strong move not to give me g6. I mean, this guy is a genius. I don't know how he plays like that, but seems to be good guy. So draw is good, of course. So we hope to make a draw, and he plays rook f3. Okay, let's go back. So now what to do? There is g5 coming, so we have to prevent the move to g5. Maybe rook d6, actually, it's the next move, but yeah, this is looking like a bad position. Knight to d7, I'm not sure even if this is working, because okay, let's try, because knight e6 is possible, but maybe not that dangerous. Let's see if knight e6, but we can take it, and then the bishop is hanging on b3, so the idea knight c5 is next. We are still fighting. It is not over. The game is not over. Let's see if actually we are capable to survive in this quite a bad position. Oh, we are winning the pawn back. What is that? He gives us, because he wants to go on knight f5, but I think it is not working, so let's take it. Because there is knight takes c3 in between moves. Yeah, if we are lucky enough to play... he just goes for the rook endgame. Wow, that's very surprising choice by our opponent, because Now it's only black that might be doing slightly better. Of course, not much better, but eventually slightly better, because we might be able to put, oh, c4, I missed the move c4. Yeah, the moment I say I want to do something smart, usually something very stupid is happening. So yeah, this was not so good. And how to hold this position, actually not so easy to hold, because this is looking like, is it possible to play it? No, we have to hold it. Yeah, this was bad. Such a nice rook endgame, and then again, yeah. Okay, let's see if we can survive here. Still, it should be a draw, but it's a difficult draw. This is a problem. Can we play it? Yes, we can. Now let's get the rook to more active position. Still good chances to make a draw, but it looks like, wow, what is that? Now we are winning. Now completely winning. This is weird. I don't get the point. Oh, I missed. I didn't see, actually, it's my move so fast. Yeah, queen up, completely winning. What to do? Okay, this is the way that people play online. Just push the button. That's why it would be better to play some title player, because then we have at least a nice game with some interesting ideas, because currently, again, we're playing a guy, no title, so probably just very, very fast. Let's play the exchange. Spanish, short castle. Solid play for white, f6, one of the main lines, and take, because against a player like that, it's good to play an endgame. I guess he should be extremely fast. For example, bishop d6 is already quite a mistake. Black should not do that, because the idea of black is to keep the bishop pair, and the opponent is just giving away the bishop pair. It makes just no sense. So white is doing slightly better now. Now we can occupy the square on d5, or just to play rook to d1, attacking the pawn on d6, long castle, knight c3. So we have this slight advantage for white. Rook d1, some pressure, and f3. So the usual stuff. b5 is not that dangerous. Let's play the move h4. h4 useful. b4. Well, possible to play this with black, but can I go like knight to e2, because I think there's still no d5, and maybe we're gonna play the move c3, but at the right time, and of course at the right moment. f5. Okay, I think I can go like knight to g3 to take it eventually with a knight. d6 is still hanging. Knight f5. Is it possible to go g4? No, we cannot go g4. We can play knight to d5, is looking better, but let's go king f2. So we have again this very safe structure. We put the pressure on d6 somewhere. There is knight to d5. So we have multiple ways of proceeding here with the white pieces. Black is already in danger. This is already getting slightly unpleasant for black. This pressure on the d5, nasty. King c6. So the guy is literally fearless. Can we go the move g4? What happens after the move g4? Hard to see. I don't see what happens. So we attack the knight on f5. Knight d4 is forced, and just a simple c3. There is no place to go with the knight. Where to put the knight now for black? I don't see a good square. So if he has to play like knight to b5, this position is already quite bad. So this, yes, he's going for the bad position. Okay, we're gonna play knight to d5. Now it's gonna be probably change, and as you can see, white pieces are so beautifully placed. Pressure still on the d file. Beautiful knight on g3. Let's go king to g3 to improve a little bit the position. It looks very, very nice for white as well. We have this rook to g5 somewhere. Okay, let's go king to g3 just to improve. h5 could be next. Rook e6. What is the point of this move? No idea. So why not to play rook f5 followed by rook f7 eventually? Even rook c1 should be possible. Okay, let's give a check, because the opponent is literally fearless because he plays so fast, but I don't get it. Because the position is so bad of black. D6 is weak. We are now controlling the C file. Next move might be H5. Is this just a very nasty position for black? Feels so bad to play it. Rook E5. So let's go rook to D3 probably. Or can we take the pawn? We can take the pawn, but there is no reason to do that. Let's go rook to D3. Still, the pawn is hanging. D5, knight to C5 looks good. Knight gets to D7 eventually, and let's check first. Let's see, and let's go something like H5. So let's go back, and let's go back. Rook C4. So again, we have to be very fast because the guys are pushing the button. Maybe A4 is a good move to make. Not 100% sure, but looks pretty decent. So how to win the game? It feels like it should be already close to winning. This endgame is much better for white. Just I need to be careful because again, these tricks are gonna start. So maybe knight F3. Yes, let's play knight to F3. Rook E3, and I think I can take it. Yes, I can. Knight D4. Knight is pinned. No, what a blunder by me. I thought I can play knight to D4, but there's a pin. Wow. What a one-move blunder after such a nice game. We've been dominating the game, and now, yeah, such a mistake. This was really bad. This was horrible. What a horrible mistake by me. And is there a way to save the game? Doesn't seem like, but okay, let's play a little bit. Let's see if actually there is little hope. Why I moved here. This was bad. I gave up on now, but okay, what I'm doing with little time. Disaster. Just a disaster. Yeah, such a nice position. I'm in complete domination, and then, yes, what I completely missed that in case of take, so I took. I thought I can play knight takes D4, and I forgot there is a pin. So this was horrible, yeah. Why I forgot that? Because so good position. Look at that. Knight, so beautiful. King, bad. Yes. So again, we have a guy with 2750, 0 chess understanding. It should be again some maximum 2000 player, maybe 2100 player. But okay, very fast. Not blundering something instantly and very fast. Just last game, and then let's go to the comments. What is my name? My name is Arkady Naiditsch. I am a chess grandmaster. And yes, let's play Sicilian with queen b6. Quite a rare Sicilian. Knight to b3, knight f6. All is pretty normal. Now we are facing 2544. So if the other guy 2770 been approximately 2100, I would say. So this time probably we're facing 2000 player, 1900 player, I would say. Or maybe the guy is not so fast like me, and he might be quite strong. But usually, as we can see, the people are super fast with the mouse, but not very good in chess. Let's see. Still, this is theory. A5 is pretty strong. A4 not the best, so white should play the move A3. Because now we have this beautiful bishop on b4. Usually white should avoid that black has it. D5 position is getting opened. And it should be very good for black. This has to be very good for black. D4 coming next. Bishop F5 coming next. On a high level, for example, in a classical game, I think the game is almost over, but we are playing blitz, so everything is possible. Knight to b5, all right. Let's put the queen to e7. Maybe it was easier to put the queen just back to d8. Knight is not doing so much on b5, bishop g5. Okay, so our opponent is trying to get into an endgame, which is normal, yes. The white king is doing badly there. What can I do here? Maybe just to develop the bishop on f5 is pretty normal. So we have this pressure on c2. And to take back with the bishop because knight b4 is coming next. Actually, there is knight to d4 now for white, so maybe white is doing fine. So I should have done something better. Let's see. Let's see how game develops. So we have the knight on b4, attacking the rook on d3. Next move might be rook c8, for example. Rook to d2. Is there a way to get the knight f4 move? Not sure. So let's get the rook to c8 first. Eventually knight e4 in the right moment. So is it now the right moment? Yes, I think I can play this move knight to e4 because I don't see a defense in case white is going to take on e7. We have this knight takes d2 followed by, yes, he takes. So now we're going to take on d3, on c2. We take on c2. King has, I don't know where to go with the king. King e3. There is rook e8. King d1. Obviously, black is doing much better. We have this monster rook on the second rank, and this is a complete win for black. So let's bring just the last piece into the game. There is rook b1, for example, coming next. There are no hopes. There are no hopes in such a position for white, except I'm gonna miss something big. Okay, let's hope that my play is strong enough to win this kind of position. So let's just take the pawns, because why not? Probably I could have done something better, but it looks good enough to take a pawn. Knight to b3. Let's go for the next pawn on a4. Still, white is suffering very much with the king on d1. And I guess I might even play like knight to d3 if I'm not mistaken, because so many threats now around the white king. Bishop f6. Okay, we have the option of playing just a simple g6. h4. So how to mate here? How can I win this position on the spot? I don't see how. Or do I see how? So we can give a check. Then we give a check. And we're gonna play knight to d3. So there is this double mate idea. Is it enough to win the game? Maybe. Maybe it's enough to win the game. Yes, white resigns. So this was enough to win the game. So let me read briefly the chat. Which openings I'm recommending for around 1,700. I believe just play the central openings. So play first e4, first d4 was black, e4, e5 was d4, d5. So try to be central. This is usually the best. Yes, okay. Lechin is one of the favorite openings. Well, it's a risky opening, but yes, it can be played, especially in online chess and blitz chess. Lechin is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we have the second, the next game we have FIDE Master. So finally we have a title player playing f6. I don't know what is f6, but maybe it's possible to play like that. Let me try to counter it with a move d4 and e4. Yeah, probably it's gonna be an interesting position. I believe d5 is must, yes. So now knight c3. I will try to f5. This is making perfect sense for black in case black is capable of stabilizing. So let's see. Let's see if we can open the position somehow. Then white is doing much better, but in case we cannot, then black is doing perfectly fine. So maybe, I don't know where to put the bishop. So usually e3 is the right way to go, but maybe knight to b3 first. So knight f6, we have this bishop g5. Maybe black is fine here. Even by losing a tempo, still it might be completely okay for black. So how we can get the bishop out? So let's go h4, because I really want to get my bishop to g5. Okay, now we get the bishop to g5. It's quite important for white to get the bishop out, so we can play the e3 next. The bishop on g2 or h3 is not the best because we are just watching this pawn wall. Bishop e7, okay, so let's go queen d2 first. We defend, knight f6, all is very normal, and let's say the move e3. We will try to do something here, but actually not easy. We have this bad knight on b3. What can we do with a knight? I don't see what, so let's put the rook to c1. Probably it's not a bad idea to have the rook there, and maybe to play bishop e2, so safe play. Now we have this knight takes d5, I think, next, followed by bishop c4. So we are lucky to trap Fidemasta Mavi Alpha into this knight takes d5, knight takes d4. What is this? I'm just gonna take a piece now on f6 and take a knight on d4. So not enough. So it's not enough to be knight up. The guy just continues playing. All right, let's take the bishop. So 2 pieces, yes, 2 pieces is good enough. Okay, let's go with the next game. How to prepare for a tournament over the board and win. To win is never easy, but how to prepare? I would advise you to do a lot of tactical exercises before the tournament. It always helps. Plus, you must prepare to play long games. So usually over the board tournament, we have the classical time control. So it is at least 3-4 hours of play, which is very different to online blitz. So you have to be able to play well in the beginning and as well to keep your stamina, so to play first moves strong and as well the next moves must be good. That's why you have to get ready for this kind of long games. Okay, finally we are facing a GM opponent, so should be an interesting game. We have this kind of solid opening. Let's see who is actually this guy. I don't know who is the guy. I cannot see it like that. So let's play. Let's just be solid. A5 is a solid move against the move b4. So rook to b1. Let's go queen e8. Eventually, in case of a3, we can push the move a4. And the queen might get to h5. So we have a normal position. It looks like a bad bishop on e7, but bishop is fine. So we have this kind of, I don't know how to call these positions, c5, a little bit strange to play c5 because hard to understand the sense of this move. C takes d6 is not that dangerous because c4 pawn against c7. Now I don't know what was the sense of that for white. So let's just be solid. King h8. We are getting ready for the queen h5 move, so let's go queen to h5. Now f4 or e4 is coming next. Next is attack on the white king. We are getting ready and let's play for fun maybe the move f4. I'm not sure it is the best because not easy. Hard to see who is doing better after the move f4, so quite a risky play but a very interesting play because we're gonna push on the white king with all we got. We can expect quite a funny game here. Knight to e4, so white is trying to exchange the knight. Okay, so is it a problem? I think not yet. Bishop h3 should be not a bad move, except I missed something, but I don't see what I have missed. We have this idea of knight g4, so this is dangerous. White has to be very careful here. It can get so fast and so dangerous. So knight to g5. What is the idea of my opponent? Let's consider. I can just go back. It seems to be good, but also queen here is good. So where to go? Maybe let's be careful with the move queen d7. Next move is the move h6. Basically, doesn't matter what white is gonna play. He takes. Okay, so now we can try to attack white with all the pieces. How should we start it? How can I start the attack? Maybe with the move knight to d5. Not sure. Maybe I should have given queen g4 check actually. Yeah, I should have given a check probably, but also this is pretty interesting because the king is open. So I should be able to do something tricky here. Queen e4. Yeah, I missed queen e4. This was actually quite a stupid miss by me. Still knight f6, so otherwise it would be already very bad. Knight f7, is it dangerous or not dangerous? I don't know. I don't know, so let's play the move h6. Knight f7 still. Well, okay, let's go. So let me take it and play queen h3. King on g1. Such a dangerous position for the white king. On the other hand, I'm 2 pawns down, so this is what we wanted, to attack and attack. So bishop d6. Let's see. Let's see if there is something evil that we can do to the white king. It's so dangerous to play with an open king, but now, how is it possible to play bishop before? Knight g4, no? Can I play to my knight g4, queen check, and then a perpetual check? This would be very bad luck to receive now perpetual check in such a good looking position. So maybe rook e8 or rook e1. Where to go? Where to go? Let's do rook e8, because rook c8 also looks very good, but maybe rook e8 is better. We have the idea knight g4, just we have to play it in the right moment. Can I take it or knight g4? Knight g4, no. Where is the defense for white? Where is the defense? I don't see the defense. Is there a defense? This is a defense. Well, okay, we take it, and there's no mate. There is no. I thought I have this, but there is a check. Yeah, I missed completely that. Queen g2 also missed. Yeah, I'm missing so many things. This was horrible. This was really very bad, because such a nice position. Such a nice attacking position, and then, yes, this kind of mistake. Now we have to fight, being very bad, obviously. Okay, maybe we have a chance here. Let's see if we have. Maybe we don't. Let's take it. Let's take the pawn. Let's go here. Let's go here. Here. Probably I'm not fast enough in these positions to hold this to a draw. Yeah, I'm gonna lose on time. He is too fast. He is just too fast, but we had such an advantage in time and in position. Wow. Such a good position before for black. I think this should be just winning. It looks like a winning position for black. It looks like the game is done. But yeah, I should have played this rook c8, I think. Why I didn't go rook c8 first? I wanted to go rook c8, and probably it would be enough to win the game. Yeah, this was pity, because an interesting game. I don't know who is this guy. Maybe some of you know the opponent. Now I see in chat knight h5. Yeah, knight h5 also maybe very good. Yeah, it was looking winning. How can we check who is this guy who just played? Can we see that somewhere? How can we see who we played? Games. Okay, so if we go on the profile of the guy, there is no name. There is no name, or I don't see the name of the guy. I don't know. Okay, he's not so bad, but not so strong. Quite a normal play. Just the move c5, for example, was really bad. So now again we face a GM. That's nice. So let's see who is this GM. Some GM from Georgia. Maybe we're gonna have an interesting game. Let's see. Somehow this looks strange because he is not moving. Maybe he is doing something else because it's a bit strange. We're having a blitz game and each move by black, he is thinking this is weird. Okay, so anyhow, we have quite a normal structure. So it's like Sicilian or not Sicilian, I don't know. This is something in between. Let's attack the pawn on b5. And we go back next with a knight on e2. b4, knight e2. Usually the idea is to play knight h4 followed by f4, so we try to advance. Maybe there is also e5, push somewhere, some small tricks. So now we play the move f4, we go back. All is pretty normal, and h3, g4 also, this is pretty normal. So here e5, it's a bit strange to allow white to go e5. So for example, I would not do that. f6, okay, we take it, and I believe that white is having some edge here. Not very deserved edge, because we had to do nothing to get the slightly better position. Bishop d6, now he started to play instantly. Okay, so what can we do? What should we play next? Maybe something like c3 followed by d4, so to stabilize. Or maybe in case of taking, we might try knight takes c3. So here he let us stabilize, but there is knight e4, so I don't know. I don't know what to play best. Let's try the move knight to g5, and maybe we have this knight to g3 next. I'm not so sure if we do. Do we? I don't know. I don't know if we can. Looks somehow not so sure. So let's go with the move d4. Let's see. Let's see what is the next move on by black. Yes, h6 is normal, but we're gonna put the knight to e5 next. Beautiful position for the knight. So let's get the knight to e5. Very, very good knight. Probably black has to take the knight, but then still white should be doing better. Easy move, bishop e3 is coming next. Looks like a nice position for white. Bishop a6, okay, bishop, he wants to take on e2. Actually, strange play, very, very strange play, but is it possible to win a piece? No, it's not. I mean, something, I think, strange is going on, because to play the move like bishop a6, now he's so lucky that I cannot take because it's a check, but okay. Very, very strange play by my opponent. Maybe something is not right. I don't know, because very weird move. Okay, bishop e3. Still position is safe, but now it's not so easy. So this move was really strong, but such a tricky play. So take, should we take it with a knight or maybe just a pawn? But so many ways to take it. Still, we are having pretty decent position. Now knight gets to d5. Let's see if we can get knight to g3. Knight takes e4 somewhere. Knight g6, he sacrifices. All right, what happens if we take? We took a pawn. So bishop is under attack. Let's see if knight g6 is possible, but very strange play also to take it. Knight d6 coming next. Is there a defense for black against the move knight to d6? If there is not, then white's position should be much better. Queen h4 is coming. Okay, we have, no, but this is dangerous out of nowhere. I don't know what to play now. Very difficult to make a move, actually. Okay, let's play bishop f2, not to give some tricks. Rook f3, what is that? We can take the rook. I don't know, maybe mouse slip, or hard to say. Okay, let's go knight to d6. Now we have the good knight, and again it's gonna be this bottom pushing stuff, which is, yeah. I missed that he can take on e3. This was bad. But maybe still lucky because the rook has no squares to go actually. And can we give a mate? Yes, I think we have this rook h8 and then we can take the queen. Yes, very lucky actually that we won the game. Okay, he wants to play again. Let's give a revanche because it was obviously a mouse slip by my opponent. And let's hope he plays now a little bit faster in the beginning because this was strange what happened. So solid opening for both colors, not much is going on. Let's take d4 probably, knight c6. So this opening is popular for both sides. It's pretty equal, not much is going on. And maybe like a6 to get this bishop here. Let's go back. d4 should be the main idea for black, but maybe it's not possible at the moment. So bishop a7. Now we want to go d4, so white avoid that. Pretty normal play, I believe. And knight to d4. You can see how fast he plays at the current moment, but I believe we can make some little tactics here eventually. Can we take the pawn on h3? Then I don't know if we can because it's so hard to calculate, but let's see if we can take it. I don't know, feels bad actually. I don't think it's a good idea. So let's go queen g5 first. I thought that we might be able to sacrifice, but it might be also not the best decision ever. But could have been a funny move, but maybe, yeah, something wrong with that. So this looks, for example, much safer for black. We did not sacrifice anything. We bring the pieces into the game. Now we have strong center. This is a very, very nice position for black. I'm quite sure we should be able to sacrifice now on f2 because it looks too good not to do that. So knight takes f2. We have this queen e3 coming next. This is looking like a beautiful position for black. Should we take it with a queen? No. Why not to take it with a queen? Yes, I think we can. And then we have this rook takes f2 coming next. By the way, in case you like the stream, you enjoy the content, please subscribe. We are a new channel, so it would be great to have some new people. In case you enjoy, just subscribe. What can we do here? Can I go like queen f4? I don't know if I should go queen f4, but it looks nice to put the queen on g3, and then we have as well this bishop b8 idea. So trouble, there is trouble around the white king. Bishop b8 is looking like a mate as well. We have some knight e5 coming next, followed by rook takes f3. Threats from everywhere. The knight on a4 completely out of the game. So yes, this is looking like a winning position for black. Again, it's just a blitz game, so everything is possible, but I think objectively speaking, it should be very near to a win. Let's go like knight to e5 because I don't see a defense against knight takes f3. Then we have this queen h2 coming next. It is looking very, very good for black. It looks like a winning position for black. Can I just take it or should I do something more smart? But I think this is enough. So just to take, probably pawn has to take, and then we're gonna win another pawn eventually. But maybe I should have done something better. So not so convinced that I have played brilliant, but it should be, I guess, good enough because we have the move rook to d8. Eventually, again, I'm missing something, but I don't see what, because rook e4, this is the way to defend this position. Doesn't look like a defense, to be honest. So we have the move e5, I think. Yes. So let's continue with the pressure on the d file. And yes, in case we're able to win the piece back, obviously, that's it. We won the game, but okay, we did not win the game because he might push me on the time, but objectively speaking, Yes, it is game over. Chess-wise, time-wise, yeah, everything can happen. Let's see. He takes, okay, let's take. And of course we're gonna take the pawn on f3. Now h3 is falling. I think it should be... I have missed this knight f2. This was stupid. This was stupid that I have missed it, and now we have a crazy position. I don't know who is doing better. Maybe actually white is doing better. I completely missed in a winning position again. Again, I have missed something. Let's see if we have some chances to give some checks, but yes, this is looking like a lost position. Let's see if there are little chances to do something. Let's attack. Let's go a4. It looks like game over, but maybe to be lucky is an option. Difficult to be lucky, to be honest, because how to be lucky here? It looks like completely lost position as well. Little time, yeah, but this is pity. He has blundered the rook. Very, very lucky in this game once again. Yeah, he has missed the rook. What a luck for us, because yeah, it should be lost. It should be lost, and so little time on the clock. I'm so bad with little time on the clock. Not so easily lost, I think, but it should be, objectively speaking, lost. But before, such a winning position. So he has found this bishop takes a7. Yes, it is the best. Take, and is it a win? Because I thought that the rook takes f3 wins, but he has rook takes f3, and then the knight protects the king on f2. I did not see that. So I cannot take the pawn. I have to do something first, but there is king on e2 coming next. So maybe actually there is no direct win for black. That would be pity. Still, black should be doing better here. I can take the pawn, for example, king on e2, bring the rook to d8. I believe that it should be better for black. Queen d7, the king is just so bad. But it's not an easy position, yeah. Maybe I'm not winning, so I thought it's a win, but maybe it is not a win, but maybe also something else is winning here. It looks so nice. So this position is for sure winning. I should have gone probably knight to d4 instantly, and it would be game over. So yeah, it was not the best play by me, but till here I think I played very, very well. So what do we have? Thank you for all the nice comments. Hello everyone. In case you like the content, please subscribe, give us a like, because it helps us so much. As you can see, we just started the channel. We are still very small. We try to keep on streaming on a daily basis. Now I'm playing some blitz on Lichess. In the evening we will be back with Georgi, and I'm not sure what actually we are going to do. Maybe we're gonna do something simple, maybe we're gonna do something complex. It's like we did a couple of complex things, then we had a couple of reviews like it's too difficult, and then we did a couple of easy things. So yesterday we just did maiden 1 actually, and yes, some say it's too easy, so you cannot satisfy everyone. Not sure what we're gonna do tonight. Maybe we're gonna do something medium, like I don't know, mate in 2 or something like that. So it's gonna be interesting for most of the spectators. Let's see. Let's play for the current moment couple of more games. We have the Sicilian defense and we have the move b5 been made. So aggressive play by my opponent. Now we have the idea of knight to d5 somewhere. So let's protect the pawn on e4. Knight to d5 eventually is the next move. So yes, let's do that. Take. Now we have some pressure here, and maybe to play a3 makes sense, or to go immediately with rook c1 c3. So c3 is usually the right answer, or c4. Now we can play c4 to force black to take on c3. Yes, there is nothing better, and just double on the e file. I don't know if I should double or I should put the rook to c6. Both is looking nice. Rook c6, beautiful place for the rook. Still bishop pair, everything is safe, so white is doing better. We can put some pressure on the c file, Let's go with maybe queen c2 next and then rook c7, or maybe safe move like h3 just to be sure that position of white is better. So is there an idea? No. So let's go h3 just to be safe, not to get mated in time trouble. Knight e8, okay, let's take it. And knight goes to f5 eventually, but maybe not. Position of white is obviously better. King h2, just a safe move to avoid some tricks. Actually, can he take it and I take it? Queen f6. Oh, I have missed the move queen f6. Talking too much. I am just talking too much. Now I have missed this idea with queen f6. Let's see if he finds it. No. Lucky that black did not find the right approach. Now we can defend upon on b2, but how to defend it? Maybe something like queen c1, but I don't like it. The knight gets here to d4. Maybe queen d2. Okay, let's play safe. I just don't like the move queen to d2 that much because there is always queen b4. Okay, again, he does not like to play queen to b4. Don't know why actually. And yeah, rook c1. So let's win the fight on the c file. Personally, I'm hoping he's gonna take someday, but no, he's not. So b3 defending the pawn on b2, and a5 is hanging. So white should be doing better because we have this domination on the c file. White is actually should be doing quite better, but it is a fight as usual. It's a blitz game, so let's take it. And what should we do here? Knight d4 is maybe a threat, so let's go back with a rook to c4, and I should play it some moment the move g4. Is it now the moment? Maybe. Let's go g4. Not sure with the move g4. In case it works, it should be better for white, but a little bit dangerous, but it seems to be okay. At least I don't see how this move can be punished instantly. So if no instant punishment, then it's okay. Wow, that's so dangerous what the guy is doing, because I take it the knight is having no squares to go. So can I catch it? Can I catch the knight somehow? Rook e1, knight c2, no, check, knight to d2, still not able to catch the knight, but so near. So is it? Nah. Okay, let's go king g3. So near to catch the knight, but actually I cannot catch it. That's pity. Still, position of white should be very good here, I guess, because I get the a pawn, but he gets the f pawn, and then I push my a pawn. So I think, objectively speaking, I should be doing okay, but you never know with this little time on the clock. You never know. Yeah, I have probably missed somewhere a big advantage because it felt so much better. Rook to d2, he tries to mate me, but is there a mate? Usually it's difficult to give a mate. Let's see if there is a mate. Bishop d1. How to mate the white king? What is that? Now let's take the pawn. Very weird play. Okay, so I cannot play here for a win, I guess. So he plays for a win. Okay, so how can we fight here? Okay, let's go g5 because it felt bad, and let's push the pawn because I have this bishop g4. I don't see a mate bishop g4, so we are doing pretty safe here. It should be a good position, but very little time. Yeah, very little time for me. No, I blundered mate in one. This is what we did yesterday, mate in one. What a blunder, because I didn't expect this move, knight to e3. I thought he's gonna play knight to d2, so I thought I can go rook a1 and then push the pawn, but we are blundering mate in one. Yeah, that's pity to lose like that. Such a good position we had before in the beginning of the game. That was pity. Okay, so next game, e4, e5. Now we are not playing a title player. That's pity. To play title players makes more fun. We have Spanish, bishop e7, one of the main lines, b5, and short castle. So this is one of the main Spanish, a4. This is anti-martial line. And usually anti-martial goes with the move d4, but we have the move a5. This is weird move to play because what is the point of that? No idea. So let's go safe, d6. This is very strange play. I don't know. I don't know what is going to be played next for white. Let's see. Maybe actually there is an idea, but I don't see it currently. So c3, rook b8, all is pretty standard. And usually we see the move like d3, been playing bishop c4. One move is stranger than the other. So can we take knight e4? There is bishop d5. Okay, so maybe that's the point of what the opponent is doing. Still, I think it's just a good position for black. So bishop b7, pretty normal. d3 has to be played at some point. So do we see d3? No, still no d3. So the guy thinks to play d3 is a mistake, but actually d3 has to be played. d5, let's push. Let's push. So knight f4 is coming next. This is a typical push with the move d5 to get some activity. I don't care so much about the pawn a6. Doesn't look like white can take it. So this position should be fine for black. Also, the opponent is even slower than myself. We have the move d4 played. Okay, let's take it and let's play simple bishop f6. If someone is better, it should be black. So for white, it's impossible to be better. Also losing tempo on rook d1 doesn't look like it's a great choice. Great position for black. This is for sure a very nice position for black. I can choose to defend the pawn or to give the pawn. Both is looking good for black. Maybe I can go like queen to d6, little trap in case he takes. There is knight takes d4. So there is an attack on a6, and in case of bishop b7 I have this intermediate move, knight takes f3. So queen d6, quite useful. Let's get an extra piece into the game. Black should be doing better already. So it looks nice. Bishop g5, a try to change something. Should I take it? To take is good. Also knight takes d4 is looking very interesting. This sacrifice, I believe it should be good enough to sacrifice. So let's see. And for sure we're gonna have a very funny position. So let me play a little bit more dynamic than usually I would do, because knight takes d4, it looks interesting, but there is no need for that for moves like knight takes d4, rook takes, and can we go like knight f4? Can we take it on d4 and it is game over, or to take on f4? Both is looking like it is game over. So what to take? Let's what should we take? I'm not sure. Both is looking like very good for black. I think I should take the f4, but in both cases actually I saw no defense. Okay, now we can choose so many good moves again. We can take, by the way, bishop takes g2, I think is working. Is it working? It would be very nice mate after bishop takes g2 in case it works. There is absolutely no need for that, but bishop takes g2 is looking beautiful, I believe. Does it work? Maybe it does. I don't see a defense, so here we give a check and we take the knight. It should be good enough. As you can see, we have already 2 pawns, which is good enough, plus b2 pawn is very weak. Domination, knight is bad, everything is bad. Let's bring the last piece into the game and objectively speaking, the game is done. So now it starts this kind of nonsense trying to win on time, but yeah, I think I'm doing eventually too well to not be winning here, so yes. Okay, so actually it was a nice game. Tin, I know Tin, yeah, he's a good player. I saw him in Abu Dhabi, he was playing the Open. He is, I think he's GM from Singapore, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very aggressive guy, actually. Tin, playing very, very aggressive chess. I think sometimes, in case he would be more calm, he would have better results. But yes, Tin, I know. He's a strong player from Singapore, young guy. Sometimes I think too ambitious, because he's taking time to time strange decisions. In a better position, he's going just for tactics, where you can just play a couple of slow play moves and do very well. So I think this is sort of his little disadvantage, but the rest, yeah, he's a good GM. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a normal position. We are facing 2578 opponent. It's not a title player, but probably it's a decent player. So we have b4. Let's go with the move d4. So we are dominating in the center. It should give white better play. So I'm quite convinced that white is doing better. Of course, position is dynamic, position is not so clear, but objectively speaking, white should be doing better having the center. And let's go with a funny move e5. Actually, I'm not sure it works, just let's try. Looks decent. We are activating this monster bishop on g2. And yes, now we have d5 also. It's like many good options here. Very many nice options for white, but what to take? Maybe this is also very good. Why not to take just knight takes e5? So there is this trouble on the long diagonal in case black is gonna sacrifice the exchange. I guess it should be better for white. Rook to d8. Oh, I have missed it. Intermediate move by my opponent. Now I'm just losing the pawn. This was bad. Yeah, I should not have missed this rook d8. Okay, what to do? Sometimes bad things do happen. How can we play on here? Not looking so great. So maybe f4 just to get the knight a bit. Knight d3, does it work? Is there an option of playing rook to d1? The idea is c4. Okay, I thought, what is the idea of black actually? Why knight goes to d3? So we're playing a very tactical guy. Also, he plays so fast. Not gonna be an easy task here to survive with the white pieces. Strange, because it's not a title player, but playing that kind of fast. And for the moment, quite a good game. Of course, e5, it was bad, but still a good game currently for our opponent. Let's take the a7 pawn. Position of white is obviously very bad. This is for sure, but maybe still some chances. Bishop d4, another quite a strong move by black, because it's absolutely correct for black to change. Queen d4, and in this move I am not so sure, because now we will have this a pawn walking. So I don't think that black should have gave me a chance to go for an endgame, because endgame strong bishop on g2, so it's a fight. Before, position just been very bad, but now it's a fight. Bishop is usually better than the knight, so I don't think that black should have gone for that. Knight goes to d5, quite a strong play once again. Can I play the move rook to c1, trying to win the pawn on c4, so in case there is no defense, I'm gonna get back the pawn, which is nice. Then it should be a draw, but I have the good bishop, so theoretically I might be able to play a little... mouse slip, shit, sorry. I wanted to take the pawn and yeah, this was just a mouse slip, and what a nasty mouse slip, because I cannot defend the pawn. Yeah, this was bad. Why I had this mouse slip? Now it's getting bad. So, okay, let's try. Let's try to bring the pawn as far as I can. A6, maybe still some chances to hold here to a draw, but it looks bad. This is looking not so good. So bishop e4 and king f2. So let's try to save the game. Rook b6. Now rook b7 should be strange check actually, because I think I can take it. What happens if I take it and play just, I don't know, I can make different moves in this position, but I think I can play the king e3, king d2 move, because I have the rook b7 all the time. So let's go with the move rook b7, king here, a7, and there's a way to defend from rook b8, or there's just nothing. So if there's nothing, then the position of white should be winning, I think. I missed a pawn. What a move, but maybe it's still enough to win the game. Let's see, because he cannot take it because rook b7, yeah, so he took it still. That's strange. So now for sure it is a winning position. All I need to do is to be fast enough, but let's see if I am. Take it, rook b5, rook a4, rook a3, rook f3. Okay, so we take rook b4, check, take. No, I missed again a mouse slip because I wanted to do a different move here. Okay, still we took it. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. It was complete mouse slip because I wanted to play rook f5, and now again, maybe I need a new mouse. This is twice. 2 mouse slips in one game, and then of course very, very lucky. But all with the seconds on the clock is just terrible. Okay, the next game. Let's go. e4, c5. Let's play the Sicilian defense. Knight c6. And our opponent is thinking. Why is he thinking? d4, take, e5. This opening is called Kalashnikov variation. d6. I like to play that many years ago with the black pieces, of course. And let's play the line with which line we're gonna play. Again, but something wrong with my mouse. Sorry for that. I wanted to play, of course, the move f5, not f6. I suffer with my mouse. Okay, what to do? Maybe I have to buy really a new mouse. So I have to say to my mouse, one more mouse slip, and that's it. It gets to garbage bin. Okay, obviously, yeah, this position is not so pleasant. Instead of f6 would have the pawn on f5. F5 has to be played. Takes. Interesting that he is taking, because why he takes? There is absolutely no need for white to take the pawn on f5. This move is not the best. Also bishop g5, like where do you go? Where do you go with the move bishop g5? Here is not the best place for the bishop. Still h6 is coming, still knight to d4 is possible, so why to put the bishop on g5? And here I can choose to take with a pawn or to take with a knight. I don't know what's best. Let's take with a knight. It feels good to have the knight on d4, such a monster knight. And can we do some tactics? Maybe by playing rook c8 and then to push like b5. Also bishop g4 is looking very good. I think that black is having now an excellent position. And yes, let's go. Let's go bishop g4. So, what is gonna happen now? Let's sacrifice. So, take. 2 pawns, plus I have this queen g4 idea. Yes, the white pieces could become dangerous, but as well the black pieces can become dangerous. So what we gonna do? To play rook f8 looks good. To play e4 looks as well quite nice. Actually, rook d3 just wins the game, no? I think I can just win the game. Queen g4 check and rook d3 is just over. Or do I miss something? I don't know what I miss. So queen g2, maybe not over yet. So let's go rook f8. Rook f8 is feeling good, yeah, because I have this very strong pressure on the f file. There's queen g4 coming somewhere. e4 is coming somewhere. So many different threats now. Maybe one of them is gonna work. Let's see. Let's see what happens next. As well, we still have 1 minute and 20 on the clock, so it looks pretty good. Not so easy to save this position for white, and as you can see, our opponent is thinking for a long time, so he hopes to find some trick. Bishop h4. Why is it so good to play that? I don't know it. I don't know, so let's just play the move e4. Feels good. I think I should have something here. It would be strange if black is not winning in this position, because I just can take it. So it should be a mate. This position should be just a checkmate. I think I can just take it, and rook f2 is the next. I think that's it. So, oh, he is not even taking the rook. All right. Let's go queen h3. There's queen g2 mate coming next. This is complete game over. As well, rook f2, of course, was possible, but we can still play the move rook f2. But look how beautiful it is. All the black massive pieces, both rooks, and the queen is on h3. Quite a rare situation, and actually he resigns, so we have won the current game. All right, let's play another one. Let's see who is going to be our next opponent. In case you like the channel, please subscribe. I mentioned this once again, sorry for that, but we are a small channel. Every like, every subscription helps. So yes, g3, g6, bishop g2, and we have this standard position. All is very, very normal. b6 move, not the main, but it's alright to play b6, nothing wrong with that. So these are more or less equal positions. Good to play for both sides. Not so much action. Oh, bishop f3 immediately is not the best. So black should not take immediately on f3, because it does not help black. Just go back. Idea is to play f4 in the good moment. There is no rush with the move f4, so let's say we can bring first the rook into the game to play h3. In a good moment, we're gonna push the move f4. So h3, just a good positional move. f4, h6 at the moment, so yes, we can do that, but should we do that? This is a question. Maybe it's more easy to change this knight on d4, and then let's see. Maybe f4 is the next move. He goes knight e8. Okay, we go back bishop e3 because he wanted to catch. Again, mouse slip. I wanted to play f4. No, but I don't know what is going on today with my mouse. This is terrible. Sorry for that. I have to get a new mouse because, yeah, this was very stupid to play actually f3. Still, position of white should be better. Luckily, I've been doing very good earlier, so it does not matter much. But of course, yeah, this was not the best twice. Or it's already third time, yeah, third time. A little bit better for white. Bishop d4 to change the bishop. It is making perfect sense for black. Yes, I agree. So I'm gonna take it. And next move should be e5, I think. Yes, to activate the bishop. Theoretically, the d4 pawn is a strong pawn, but on the other hand, I might be capable of winning it. So it's always a double-sided situation when you have a pawn like this on d4. It can be good, but as well it can be quite bad. So b3. Now we can take the pawn, I think. I don't see why not. So let's take. Still we have this extremely strong bishop on g2. Position of white is looking better. Let's take back. In case black is taking the pawn, we have this queen to d7 next. So the pawn cannot be taken, and if black doesn't take the pawn, we can just take the pawn on b6. Can I play the move queen to d6? Looks nice. So queen c5 is the most simple, I guess, is just to take. And yeah, we have so many winning options here. Let's go rook d6 because there is rook c6 coming next. The knight has no squares to go. So that's it. The game is done, except for a huge blunder. Okay, in case I blunder something big, then yes, the game will go on, but otherwise no. So we can just simply take and promote the pawn. Knight from c7 has no squares to go. Now we can just win the knight by playing bishop c6 next. Yes, bishop c6. Still our opponent is fighting, but yeah, this position is hopeless. So resignation by black. Let's play another game, and yeah, maybe it's actually the last game for today, because I will be streaming tonight and many things to do here, usually during the day. So I try to stream a little bit when I have time, but don't have that much amount of time. In advance, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that maybe it could be a bit more comments in the chat section, because why not to ask something? There are no bad questions, so maybe next time, if you have a question, you can always ask. I will try to give you my honest answer. So here we have French defense, and usually black should avoid that white is capable of playing h6. This is very dangerous for black in most of the cases. Knight to f3, just let's be safe here. And should we take a pawn? I mean, why not to take a pawn as well? Rook h4 is looking very good, but why not to take rook takes h6? Let's see, maybe rook f6, or maybe just rook to b1, because we have this idea bishop on b5. Black does not care even a little. I mean, the guy is just blitzing the moves. So once again, we have opponent that is just extremely fast, playing with zero thoughts. Okay, personally, I don't like to play this kind of opponents too much, because it becomes an ugly game with zero thoughts, just pushing the bottom. I don't like this kind of thing so much. So for example, look at this move queen c7. Now I can take, for example, here, take on d5. The position looks horrible, or I take first on d5. This is as well looking just like a disaster for black. And he played this move almost instantly, so why to do that? Usually good players that try to play more with a sense, more with an idea, not just pushing the bottom or playing the first move you see. In case, by the way, you want to improve and become better, you should not rush too much in complex positions, even in a blitz game. Because if you do so, you don't improve. So you will always stay at some particular level, and that's it. Wow, we have a piece sacrifice. So now the guy gives me a piece for free. Okay, so what should I do here? I think I can just take, no? Maybe this is the most easiest way, but also to take just a piece would be, of course, good enough. Just I don't see how black can survive here. Oh, queen e5. I completely missed the move queen e5. Such a error, but luckily I think my position is good enough, so I should be fine here. But to miss that, yeah, this was not great. This was not great, and I should not miss moves like queen e5. But okay, what to do? The game goes on. Still, piece up for white. still a winning position, so the evaluation did not change much. Obviously, piece up is a piece up for just 2 pawns, so it's not even close to be enough. Compensation for black should be an easily winning position for white. Now the pawns are falling, so let's take on f7. Should be enough to win, yeah. Still I have some time as well, so he's just giving away the pawns. Why he does it, hard to understand. So let's go here to take the pawn on c5 next. b6, wow, now I can like, what should I take here? So many options. Let's go bishop f4 just for fun to have this bishop takes c6, followed by rook c7, and it is a game over. Yes, he resigns, so we win the game. All right, quite a nice win actually in this game, except I should have won the game much earlier and I have missed this queen e5 check, but otherwise it was a decent game, I believe. Little interesting, but yes. Okay, thank you all for the nice chat. Please subscribe in case you like the content. Tonight, Georgi and me, we are gonna go live approximately 10 p.m. Dubai time or 7 p.m. Middle European time. As well, in the chat, you might suggest the topics that you like. You might suggest something to us. We are happy to answer as well on the questions. Tonight, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Yesterday we did mate in 1. It was maybe a bit too easy, but as well, some people liked it. Maybe today we're gonna do mate in 2 or something positional chess. We like to change. Not sure. Not sure what we're gonna do today with Georgi. Tonight with Georgi, we're gonna choose something. Maybe something like mate in 2. Mate in 2 is actually an interesting topic because it is useful for everyone, as well for grandmasters, because you have to be fast in these calculations. So mate in 2, it is a useful thing, doesn't matter how strong you are. So maybe we're gonna do this mate in 2 tonight. Join us in case you have some time, and of course in case you like the content. Otherwise it makes no sense to watch. Why to watch someone in case you don't like it? So that's it for today from me playing blitz on Lichess. I think we just reached 2,700 on Lichess. I don't think it's a big achievement, to be honest, because I think we should be able to get a much better rating. But as you can see, I'm very, very slow with my mouse, and as well to talk and play, not as easy as it seems. Good. Thank you very much. Once again, I wish you a good day. Eventually, see you tonight. Thank you.